KW-03, Fruit Trees and Bumblebees. There is one very easy way to make a gardener happy. Ask to see their collection of old gardening books. We all have them, and while you can dip into them at any time and always pick up new or forgotten drops of gardening wisdom, they're mostly there for the enjoyment of having them on the shelf. Every winter we'll look at them and maybe flick through the pages of a few of the older ones for the beautiful hand-drawn illustrations and to be inspired for the next spring. If we can't actually be in the garden, at least we can be in a gardening book. I have a good shelf full, and although some of them might be a little more dated, I have one which recommends DDT for just about any possible garden malady. They bring me much joy. This week I got down all the ones with substantial chapters on fruit. I was trying to see what I was missing. Every year I dig another 2 soft fruit beds. They take a lot of effort, and 2 a year is plenty. But I was running out of ideas about what to put in them. Sure, I could stop, but I've always planned on having 10, and the space they're in will finally look complete with these last 2. I decided on cranberries, and maybe some of the less well-known blackberry-raspberry crosses. Boysenberries, loganberries, and tummelberries all sound nice. I already have a tayberry bush. And I had a thought. It's a thought I don't really think anyone has contemplated in Western Europe before. It's hardly been cold at all this winter. I mean, it's been pretty constantly drie, as the Scots might say, and it's still a bit unpleasant, but it's not winter cold. I've been worried that the fruit trees might blossom and then a cold snap might kill all the flowers before they've been pollinated, knocking out all of the tree fruits for the year. That would be bad. But I remembered apples also need a certain amount of chill hours spent below a certain temperature. If they don't get this dormancy, then they just don't make apples. So I did a bit of research, and it turns out that most varieties need between 500 and 1,000 chill hours, and a chill hour means an hour spent at less than 7 Celsius. So that's between about 20 and 40 days. Okay, so we're fine for now. But in none of my English or German fruity gardeny books did it mention chill hours. It's just not a thing that we need to think about. I hope it stays that way. In world news, 100 protesters at the Lützerath open pit lignite mine were joined by 1,000 police in riot gear. They held on until 35,000 extra people turned up and joined them in the action. Bloody brilliant. I would have thought that keep it in the ground might be a bit easier to achieve in the country with the strongest Green Party, who are actually in government. But no, apparently the power of the exploiting companies is too strong even for that. It's great to be cheered by the massive turnout of people, but if this is the end of the Green Party in Germany, that's a bad day for our future. And COP28 has appointed the CEO of the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company as chairperson. If last year's COP was the nail in the coffin of joined-up political action on climate change, then this was the year when they shoved that coffin into the gas-powered flames of the crematorium. Maybe it's time to think differently. But for now, dear pirates, much love. Your Pirate Ben, XO, XO.